In this lesson, I'm going to show you what a decoy is, and I'm going to give you some examples how you can use a decoy in your games. So first of all, a decoy is a tactic in which you lure a piece away from its job protecting another piece. So when this defending piece is out of your way, you can win a piece. So let's have a look at this position here. Imagine you're playing white. What do you think the best move for white would be? Alright, so the best move for white would definitely be rook e6, checking the black king, even though the rook is not protected. And if the black king takes the rook, then he's no longer defending his queen. And this is how, if you're playing white, you can win the queen. Well, did black have any choice? Let's say after this rook e6, if black tries to defend his queen, this would be even worse for black, because now they're losing their queen for free, and eventually they're gonna lose the game. So let's see this all over again. From this position, the best move for white is rook e6, sacrificing the rook, because this is how you can win the queen. And eventually you should be able to overpower black's rook with your queen and win the game. Now let's have a look at this position. Imagine you're playing white. What do you think would be the best move for white? If you exchange the queens, this is not going to help you win the game. But if you can find a successful decoy, this might help you win the game. So let's have a look. If we play bishop h7, checking the king, this is how we can manage to lure the king away from protecting his queen, and then we can win the queen and eventually the whole game. So let's see this all over again. From this position, the best move for white would be bishop h7 check, forcing the black king to move away from his queen, and this is how we win the queen. Here we have another position in which you can win the game with white using the power of decoy. So let's think about it. How can we lure the king away from protecting his rook? Well, obviously, if we move our pawn to b5, checking the king, now the black king is forced to move away from protecting the rook. Whatever black play, they're going to lose their rook and eventually the whole game. So here it is. From this position, the best move for white would be b5, checking the king, and then capturing the rook for free. Here we have another example of a position in which you can use the power of decoy to win a piece. So let's have a look. Imagine you're playing white and it's your turn. Can you find the best move? Well, the best move from this position would be to move your pawn from f2 to f4, forking the black king and rook. If black want to save their rook, they need to capture your pawn with their king, and now they're no longer protecting the knight, which can easily be taken by the bishop. So this is how you win a piece using the power of decoy. here it is once again. Check. And now you capture the knight for free. Now let's have a look at this position. What do you think the best move for white would be? Well, if you can find a successful decoy, you should be able to win this game. And here it is, bishop f7, forcing the black king to capture your bishop and move away from protecting his own queen. Now you can capture the black queen for free. So here it is. From this position, the winning move for white is bishop f7 check, and then you can easily capture the black queen for free. Now let's see if we can find a successful decoy in this a lot more complicated position. Again, you're playing white, it's your turn. What would be the best move for white? Okay, if you can see a few moves ahead, you should be able to find that the best move for white would be to capture the bishop on e4, sacrificing the queen on f6, because now you can check the black king with your knight on f6, forcing the king to move to h8, where you can force the black king to capture your bishop on g7, just to trick him to come to a spot where you can do the royal fork, capturing the rook on e8. Now, wherever black move their king, they're losing the queen and eventually the game. So let's see this all over again. From this position, the best move would be knight e4, sacrificing your queen, followed by knight f6, forcing the king to h8, another bishop sacrifice, just to be able to do the royal fork, which helps us win the game. So this is the power of decoy. Try to remember all these patterns, and hopefully you will get a chance to use a decoy in your games.